Hello and welcome back for another Cube Drafts. This pack has one card that stands out above the rest, and that's Demonic Tutor. Just being able to get any card from your deck for 2 mana is pretty powerful. Other than that, there's no cards that are really at the same power level. Interesting cards are Dreadhorde Arcanist, not because it's necessarily good, but it's a card I like building with and like messing around with. I had a pretty sweet Dreadhorde Arcanist deck with Young Pyromancer, Monastery Mentor, and Skull Clamp, so I can actually flash back to CMC spells, but that's not a card to go in on from the first pick. Not when there's a card like Demonic Tutor here, so we'll be taking that. Then what? Ooh, there's Skull Clamp that we just talked about. There's Thalia, but I don't really want to pick up a Thalia after I picked up Demonic Tutor. There's some anti-synergy there. There's Opposition Agent, which is a fine black card, but not exciting. The Ready is another card that I wouldn't mind getting to play with, but Skull Clamp is something I can build around. Skull Clamp is a pretty powerful card. Yeah, there's some things I can do with this. Now what? There's Hymn to Torak, which could lead to a pretty sweet black disruptive deck. I actually just did one with Dark Confidant being an all-star. Maybe that's gone up on YouTube, maybe it hasn't, I don't know yet. Yeah, I think him is a fine card. Otherwise there's like Steam Vents, which is good, Brainstorm, which is fine but not exciting if you don't have shuffles, Krark if I just want to play the variant game, but I don't really want to, so him it is. I guess we're still playing the variance game then. Karn I like, but I do like it a little bit more if I actually play enough artifacts to make the minus produce like actual threats rather than just a 1/1 and then a 2/2. Toxic Deluge is a pretty good card though. It is a black card, so it's on theme. And yeah, I mean, a 3 mana Wrath, yeah sure you need to pay some life, but the life that you pay you save in mana, so you can cast it a turn earlier. So usually you can gain back some more life that way. Not sure if I explained myself all that well there, but that's the theory. Now what? I could take Young Pyromancer, move into Black-Red Disruption, which doesn't seem like a real deck, but I've been experimenting with it, like I said, and I've actually been liking it. The other card I could take here is Imperial Seal. Imperial Seal could cement us further into black, and maybe, just maybe, I can move into Black Reanimator. I did have that one very sick Reanimator deck that was mono black and also featured Imperial Seal, Demonic Tutor, and Vamp Tutor. But that's super speculative, and I'll take the Young Pyro. I did like that deck. Ooh, Goblin Rabblemaster. There's also Exhume, but I think the main times that I go into Reanimator is when I pick up an Entomb early. And Goblin Rabblemaster, Skull Clamp is nice, and yeah, Goblin Rabblemaster paired with Black Disruption is a pretty easy way to win games. You just take their best cards, remove their threats, and then beat them down with an army of goblins and this super angry goblin. Bloodsheath Thirst is a fine card, but very replaceable. Necromancy, I might be kicking myself if I see an Entomb and I didn't pick up these Reanimator cards, but I'll be taking this Wooded Foothills to make the mana better for our potential black-red deck. Soulscar Mage, Bolus Citadel, Phyrexian Rager. I mean, Rager is fine, but Mage can be good in a deck like this also, I think. I mean, you do plan on playing a bunch of spells, and then Mage is a decent beater. Ooh, Dreadhorde Arcanist came back. I like it. You could also see... No, Midnight Reaper doesn't work with tokens. Dreadhorde Arcanist, especially with Skull Clamp, we can potentially flashback Demonic Tutor or Hymn to Torak. Yeah, I'm down for that. Sign me up. Lightning Strike is a nice burn spell, but the Ready is kind of perfect. I mean, it makes 1/1s, we can clamp those away, and it's a removal machine to clear the way for Rabblemaster and stuff like that. Wouldn't mind Richard Port, but the Ready it is. Ooh, this member Krark is also interesting, but I mostly like Krark in red decks that have a bunch of 1 mana spells. If you get your 1 mana spell returned to hand, it's not a big deal, but if it's your 2 or 3 mana spell, that is a big deal. So we'll take this member. Eidolon Lightning Helix Huntmaster. Don't really want any of these cards. Disenchant's also a consideration. I guess I take the Huntmaster and maybe we can be Jund. I don't really want to, but maybe. Nighthawk Scavenger or Relic. I think having a card like Relic is pretty powerful. Vroskar Languish. I like Languish, but I could see myself being Jund. And Bloodsheath Thirst. So, okay. The Reanimator plan is not happening, but I'm happy to be in black-red. Well, we open up on Jace. As much as I want to play with Jace, I'm not taking it here. I think it's between Jit, Chrome Mox, or Chain Lightning. I think I want to take Chrome Mox and find some card advantage to make this better, but we do want some acceleration. Jit is a very good card, but some matchups it just doesn't do anything and can be a little bit slower. No, I want to accelerate with Chrome Mox. Oh man, there's the Entomb. So we could have maybe gone into Reanimator. Well, sad, but oh well. I'm still happy with the deck that we have going on. Entomb could also work with Dreadhorde Arcanist, but it's going a little bit deep then. As much as I want Duress, I think it's Blood Crypt. Just make our mana better and more consistent. Animate Dead. Oh man, we really could have been Reanimator. But we are what we are now. We can take Collective Brutality, Monastery Swiftspear. I think I want to take Brutality. It's a flexible card, it's Disruption, and I think that's what we're going for. Shriekmaw, Arid Mesa. I think Shriekmaw can easily come back, and Arid Mesa is good fixing, so let's take that. Pyroclasm, Gaunty, Hellrider. I could maybe see playing Hellrider in this deck. I mean, we're planning on making some tokens, and Hellrider is a decent finisher. We also want to kill our opponents somewhat quickly before they draw out of whatever we put them in. Murderous Rider, Zurgo, Chandra. I do like my Murderous Rider, but Chandra is also quite interesting. These 4 drops we don't necessarily need to play or want to play. This could theoretically come back. Yeah, Chandra is good enough. Lava Claw reaches, Woest Rider, Packrat. Packrat's usually a little bit too slow. I think it's between the Reaches and the Woest Rider for me. Woest Rider is appealing with Skull Clamp and some other tokens, so I think I'll take that. I guess this member is actually a 1-mana spell. What do I want to pick up? I want to pick up Thoughtseize, I want to pick up Inquisition, I want to pick up Dark Confidant, anything else. I think those are the main cards that spring to mind right now. Maybe Liliana of the Veil. Obviously any broken mana I would also be very happy with, but Lightning Bolt or Faithless Looting. Well, if I had picked up some reanimation spells, I'd probably take the Looting. It's a card I want to try out, but I'll take the Bolt for now. Removal that can also go face is quite nice in a deck like this. We do want to close the game. It's a 1-mana spell for Arcanist also. Relic can go to the sideboard. Chain Lightning. Well, we'll take a second version of this card. Ooh, Duress came back. I think that's better than another Incinerate. Or not another Incinerate, another burn spell. Let's take these green cards out for now. Monastery Swiftspear even. Yeah, I like it. This is shaping up to be an interesting deck. Just power of red aggressive creatures and burn paired with some black stuff. Avalanche Riders is fine, but I think we can maybe make Agadeem's Awakening work. Pyroclasm or Gaunty. Pyroclasm does kill a bunch of our stuff, but it's good against the green decks. And actually our 1-drops survive a Pyroclasm. It's mostly Young Pyromancer that's bad against it, and Rebel Master. But when Pyroclasm is good, it's going to be super good. I'm not sure what we wanted to wheel out of this pack. There was something. I guess Murderous Rider. I will put this in the sideboard as Zurgo. We are aggressive, but I'm not sure if I want to play a creature like Zurgo. Raging Ravine. This pack, what do we want? We want... none of these cards. This is a pretty disappointing pack, really. I guess we can take Null Priest, but that card is just medium. Watery Grave doesn't really enable much. As sad as it is, I think it's a Burst Lightning. It's a 1-mana spell for the Arcanist, and yeah, I think Burst Lightning is what we're taking here. Ooh, it doesn't get much better. There's Kiki Jiki, which we really can't support, and there's Liliana's Triumph, which is going to be the card we take. Oh man, that's very medium. Actually, I'm really tempted to just take this Hex Drinker. I've been super impressed with this card. It's a single green, and then after that we don't need to worry about it anymore. And honestly, this Liliana's Triumph is most likely coming back to us. There's Smokestack, but Smokestack is just too slow. We have the potential, if you pick up a Taiga or a Stomping Ground, to splash this, but I'm not second picking Liliana's Triumph. I just refuse to. Well, this is a little better. There's Seasoned Pyromancer and there's Dark Confidant. I like Seasoned Pyromancer, but I will be taking the Dark Confidant. That's just a perfect card for this deck, really. Maybe we can cut some of the fat at the top end, but Yeah, I'm happy with the Dark Confidant. Well, I'm less happy with this pack again. I mean, there's Damnation we can take as a sideboard card. There's Wheel of Fortune, which could be decent. I really was hoping to pick up a Thoughtseize or a Inquisition in this pack, but it doesn't look like that's in the cards for us. I could take Godless Shrine. That turns Arid Mesa into a fixer. I think that might actually just be better than any of these other cards. And maybe we can splash some sort of white card. Don't know what white card we would want to splash. Well, and then there's this pack, which actually has some stuff for us. There's Bitter Blossom, which I like. There's Shield Breaker, which I also quite like. But there is Inquisition, and I really want to discard spells. So I'll take this and be very happy. It works with Young Pyro, it works with Arcanist. It's a great card for this deck. Ooh, Vampiric Tutor or Kitesail Freebooter. I mean, Vampiric Tutor is good, but not really in a deck like ours, which is mostly 1-for-1s. So what are we really tutoring for that's gonna knock it out of the park? We already have Demonic Tutor. I think I just take this Freebooter. It's another discard effect. It's a creature that can disrupt them, and a creature that can carry a Skull Clamp. Well, Firebolt, Heartless Act, or Thundermaw. Those are the picks. We do have quite a bit of burn already, but Firebolt is a good one. Heartless Act, how many ways do we have to kill bigger creatures? We have Dismember, sort of. Bloodchief Thirst, which does work. Thundermaw can come off the top and deal a bunch of damage, but it's also kind of painful with Dark Confidant. I think it's between the two removal spells, and I think I need Heartless Act more against like green decks. Night's Whisper and Wrenn. If I had a green source, I would be very happy with Wrenn. We do not. I take Imperial Recruiter, but that's slow. I think I take Night's Whisper. It's a nice card for this deck, I think. Now, and then there's this pack, our first one. We'll take this Null Priest. It is a little bit of life gain, which you can use. It's card advantage on a body, and you can play it for 6 without costing 6 to a Dark Confidant flip. Well, there's Liliana's Triumph. We'll take it. Ooh, Seasoned Pyromancer even getting back. I will play that. I quite like our deck. I think another card we can also take is Experimental Frenzy, but that requires quite a bit more to be good, and Seasoned Pyromancer just works with our deck. I'll take this Bodyguard, I guess. Yes, the Shield Breaker even came back. Nice. We'll have to make some cuts, but I'm happy. Steamkin not playing. And even the Firebolt came back. Well, I think we have a nice deck. I mean, we got most of the cards we wanted, but we will need to make some cuts. I'm just very curious if this can keep up with what everyone else is doing, but we can put together quite a quick clock, I think. So what do I want to cut? Toxic Deluge goes to the sideboard. Then so does Liliana's Triumph. Let's see, I want to play 16 lands, so let's just add those. So the lands have been added, so we essentially have 10 sources of each color. That should be enough. Now what? We need to cut 5 cards. I guess we have 17 lands even with this Agadeem's Awakening. I think I've decided on the cuts. The first one is going to be Freebooter. The disruption is nice, but the body's maybe a little bit irrelevant. Not sure on that one. Null Priest is a card we can board in. Its front side of a 2-mana, 2/1 Menace lifelink is a little bit too low as upside. And I take out Burst Lightning just because I have plenty of burn already and I need to make some cuts. Dismember is kind of painful, and I think Bloodchief Thirst can fill this role quite effectively also. And then I think the last one is the Ready. That's a painful one, but I think it has to be the cut, because we don't have that many other artifacts. And then we first need to plus the Ready, then the token. Next turn we can sack and kill something. And it's also another higher drop that I can cut. So I think these are our cuts. And then we just run it like this. Round 1 with our black-red disruptive deck. We won the die roll, that's nice. And we have this hand of removal into Pyromancer into Chandra, so I will keep it. It's not as aggressive as I would like to be, but I don't think I'm mulligan a hand like this. Start with a Swamp and pass. Blooming Marsh, Elvish Mystic. We will be killing that Elvish Mystic for sure. Ooh, Demonic Tutor. I like that too, but first kill the elf, then play a mountain, and then we'll see what we end up demonic tutoring for. Swamp from our opponent. Wall of Roots. So they do have some acceleration. Well, I can just play this mountain and then play the Pyromancer, discard 2 lands, and then We do want to draw a new one. Yeah, we did. So next turn we still can play Chandra. We filtered through some bad ones. Our deck doesn't need that many lands in play either. Manamorphose. I was not expecting Manamorphose. They make black and green. Play a forest and then what? A 4-drop. Oracle of Muldaya. Ooh, they get to play another land, which is a wasteland. And they have a swamp on top. So I think, what do I do here? I can play Chandra and kill this Oracle, but then our Chandra is pretty low. And then I can also play Collective Brutality, discard a card, kill their Oracle, see their hand, and then depending on what I see, I can Demonic Tutor. Or I just play the Chandra, kill this. Tough. There's also a decent chance that this misses on its duress mode. And what do I do if they play a big creature next turn? Play Chandra, and then I need to Demonic Tutor for an answer to that big creature. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go for -2/-2 and look at their hand. I just want to know what's going on. Discard a mountain, and then we'll see. Inquisition. Ugh, they have a Nissa and a Vraska. Oof, Nissa is a tough one to beat. Let's go and find maybe an answer to it. Demonic Tutor. What can we do against a Nissa? I'm not sure. Yeah, they definitely get to play Nissa next turn. And then they make a 3/3, and we need to start answering that as well. Yikes. I could get him to at least get rid of, yeah, what? They are just going to be left with 2 lands. Or they're going to be left with, they'll probably play the Bayou, but then they can even play their Vraska. So I think we're really up against it now. What is a card that can contend with Vraska and Nissa? Problem is also any small permanent that we get, they can just Vraska away. Because next turn they get to play Bayou, then they play Nissa, they untap their Bayou. Well, I guess they can't also play Vraska, but then I'm getting what? Him to get rid of a swamp and a Vraska? No, actually, what they can do is just play Bayou, then use the Wall of Roots mana, and then still get to play the Vraska. Yeah, I think I'm just in trouble. I can get Hellrider. Maybe that's the best one to get. Try and pressure them that way, but Nissa's going to do a good job of stopping that. I guess I could get Dark Confidant. Well, this is just going to die to Vraska though. Yeah, I don't think there's anything we can get here. Yeah, they just block and then see if they see it. But getting this Dark Confidant was kind of stupid. Yeah, I don't think they see the line. So they get to play Nissa. Yep. They play Bayou. Yeah, okay. They attack with this. No blocks. And then they play Bayou and they play Vraska. And then we're in the shits. They kill our Seasoned Pyromancer. We draw Hellrider. What does that do? I mean, I guess we play the Hellrider and then attack the Nissa, but they're going to make a bunch of 3/3s and we are going to have such a tough time dealing with that. They even just take the hit to the Nissa. We know they have a swamp in hand and whatever they draw. Yep, they even get to draw more cards. Yeah, our black-red disruptive deck is going to struggle with people ramping out Planeswalkers, especially ones as powerful as Nissa. Maybe I should have just played the Dark Confidant because, well, I guess now that Nissa is lower, we have a chance of drawing like a bolt or something to kill Nissa that way. But what are we really accomplishing at that point? They've made 2 3/3s that are tough for us to deal with. There's something big coming out. Well, I guess the upside to this is, Emrakul the Promised Land. That's a nice draw. I was going to say the upside to this is we just get the scoop. So this game's over. Anything I want to change? I guess Toxic Deluge seems pretty decent. I like Heartless Act also. Then what else? Maybe we do need Freebooter. Take out this Woe Strider. The game's not going to be about that. The Ready. Didn't necessarily see big creatures out of them, just Planeswalkers. We could take out Monastery Swiftspear and Soulscar Mage. Those aren't going to be great either. Maybe Dismember? I really don't know. Again, we didn't see that many big creatures, but they are a black-green deck, so I guess they're in there. Maybe the Ready is not bad then either. And then leave the Dismember. Ember Shieldbreaker, I can maybe cut. Didn't see any artifacts. Doesn't mean they're not in there, but I need to cut something. Also, yeah, Duress. No, Duress is good against their Planeswalkers, but Brutality can maybe go. And then we do just play Dismember. Yeah, let's try this. But this is not the matchup that I want to play against. I want to play against smaller creature decks, I think, or control decks might also be fine. But decks that ramp out big things are problematic. Well, We have a Dark Confidant, but we don't have a second land. Here, yeah, I guess this is kind of fine. We get to keep this and then put back a mountain, play the Godless Shrine. We are susceptible to Wasteland with this hand, but at least we do have 2 black sources, not just the one. Play the Godless Shrine and pass Forest, Fyndhorn Elves. I kind of want to Chain Lightning their Fyndhorn Elves, but I also just want to play this Pyro. I guess I probably should have done this differently. Well, I'll shock, and then I will just play the Pyro and try and have some form of pressure on them. If I just kill the elf and don't do anything, I need to kill them. I can't go to the late game with them. I can't go to the late game with a deck that has Nissa, Vraska, and Emrakul, worst of all. Okay, so they don't do anything. Now, I could play the Ready, but I actually think that I'll play this Mountain and then just Chain Lightning their Fyndhorn Elves. And they're tapping it for mana. Oh no, do they have Manamorphose? Oh, I was going to say, do they have Manamorphose to copy the Chain Lightning? That would have been sick. They don't use the mana, we just get in for 2. The reason I kill the elf here now is because they played this land and chose to not play it untapped. So that means they likely don't have a 3-drop. And there's, yeah, like this. There's another turn that they don't do anything. Now I just play this already and start upticking it. So the next creature they can play, we can probably kill. Attack for 3. And we have this Agadeem's Awakening, which I don't want to play as a land just yet because it can be valuable. We just need 1 more black source to be able to use it. Yeah, they actually scoop. Nice. I guess the Ready is a good card when you have a removal machine and your opponent is already under pressure. Somewhat tempted by Burst Lightning. Maybe Burst over Dismember. Yeah, I guess, well, Dismember is super flexible. Or take out the Heartless Act. Yeah, let's try this. So we have a lot of 1 mana removal. Not in this hand, we don't. I do feel I keep this. We get to disrupt him with the Inquisition and then run out this Pyromancer into the Chandra again, which is also removal. But this is a hand where we don't actually have that much of a proactive clock. So they do have a time to draw out of it and deploy some walkers. They mulligan to 6 and then played Blooming Marsh and nothing. So we go Swamp. Inquisition. Well, there's the Nissa. They have Opposition Agent and a Wall of Roots. I think we have to take the Wall. Opposition Agent, I'll just fetch next turn and then it's not that big of a deal. But Nissa, an early Nissa would be disastrous. Ooh, I can just Chrome Mox out a Seasoned Pyro and then I'll have a Chandra a turn early also. So we fetch with this, get our Blood Crypt, yes, and Chrome Mox, getting rid of the Firebolt. Then I play Season Pyro and discard these 2 lands. We do need to draw another land for Chandra, but yeah, we do. And we also have a Dismember. They play Forest and don't do anything. So now we know that they'll flash in Opposition Agent. We draw Chain Lightning. Let's go Chandra plus the Chandra. We exile the Mountain and we don't attack with the Seasoned Pyro because then they can attack into our Chandra and we don't want that. Wow, they even don't play it. That I don't get. You're already constrained on mana. I mean, we know that you have it, so why wouldn't you just run it out there? It's not like I'm gonna run my fetch into it. Next turn when they do go and play it, we can just kill it with the Chain Lightning or the Dismember. They play this tapped. Ooh, Black Lotus. So they are gonna get to play Nissa then. Or is there something worse? No, there's Nissa. Nissa is bad enough, honestly. Yep, and they attack our Chandra. What I want to do here. Next turn, I can dismember this. Yeah, Nissa goes to 6. That's so much. I can block here as well. The problem is with this force, they can still deploy their Opposition Agent. Yeah, Black Lotus, hell of a card. Because this is going to tap or 2 still. I think I just have to take this hit. Yeah, and I won't have Chandra as a possible removal spell, but I guess I have enough removal already. The Ready. Interesting. So we can use the Ready to kill their forest. They will flash in the Agent. I mean, it's not great still. How about we just start by dismembering their forest? It's going to deal us a bunch of damage, but I guess that is fine. I can also just plus Chandra to make mana. I mean, I want to play the Ready no matter what. Might as well make the mana. Do I really need to Chain Lightning though? Now let's just kill this guy, paying the life. They will flash in the agents. Okay, let's go to combat. So they now flash it in. Yeah, okay. And actually, I do think I make mana with this. So we can play the Ready and I can Chain Lightning their Opposition Agents. Now make a token with the ready. And then I think I do go after the Nissa. We did also kill one of the lands, so that's nice. And we can block whatever land they animate with the construct. And we can slowly work on this Nissa. Oracle. A Mox Jet. So they do have some power, but at least they don't have lands on top. Yep. What are they attacking? Chandra or Duretti? I guess it doesn't really matter, but I'm curious. We'll block nonetheless. They go after Chandra. Yep, we'll be blocking. Hope to draw removal. Dread Horde Arcanist. It's not a bad one either. We'll exile the top card. Toxic Deluge. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I do think I want to cast this. I mean, yeah, I think this is fine. We just do it for 3. Kill another one of their lands. Kill the Oracle. Make a token with the ready. We don't get to deploy this Arcanist, but this is fine. They draw a Mox, and then what do they do after that? So they have 4 mana, and one card in their hands, a Mox, and the other we don't know. I mean, if we kill every land that they animate, then at some point they're gonna run out. They're going after Chandra. I think I still just block. Keep our Chandra healthy. We can use it to kill the forest also. We draw a swamp. I'm very tempted to just kill this with the Chandra. I think I just will. Play the swamp. Uptick this to ready. And then what do I do now? I think I'm just gonna make the season pyro tokens. I mean, is there anything? Well, I guess actually Dreadhorde Arcanist is also pretty busted here. Let's just do that. I could also be using the ready to kill whatever creature of theirs, sacking the Chrome Mox, but that's our only way to get double red. I guess Chandra also does that. Yeah, they're in a squeeze now. The Nature's Claim our token. Interesting. So they want to force us to chomp with the Arcanist. Depending on where they go, I might. If they go after the ready to stop it from ultimating, I probably don't care. They go after Chandra. I want to block. Now I'm kind of bummed that I didn't go for the Season Pyro line. That's probably safer. Night's Whisper. Also need some way to pressure Nissa. I can up to Chandra, or I can just Night's Whisper first. Let's do that first. Agadeem's Awakening. It's an interesting one, but let's add some mana. Then let's make the tokens so we can at least keep the Nissa from going ultimates. Then I can copy an artifact. I could copy Black Lotus, but I think I will just kill their Blooming Marsh, sacking our Chrome Mox. I'll play my land and then say go. So they have no mana aside from this Mox Jet. And they draw a swamp, so they get to get in at one of our planeswalkers again. They keep going after Chandra. We'll block. I do need a way to get this swamp out of the way and also deal Nissa damage. If they ultimate the Nissa, they have a bunch of lands, but they don't have a Nissa anymore. Let's play Arid Mesa and fetch. Let's up Chandra. No, we just find another land. Now I'm in a little bit of trouble. I can just Agadeem's Awakening for only the Arcanist, and I think I'll have to. Pretty bad. Kind of sad I exiled the Season Pyromancer. That would have been great here. No attacks. They probably do ultimate the Nissa. Would be supremely greedy if they didn't. Maybe I've been overvaluing my Chandra actually. Yep, the emblem. So now they have all the mana in the world, or however many forests they have in their deck. And they have an indestructible 3/3. Also a little bit of a problem. Still vigilant also. Yep. Now what? Goblin, a Rabble Master. Let's plus the Chandra. Kitesail Freebooter. Yep, I'll cast that. See what's in their hand. No! Emrakul. Ah, man. Yeah, I think I played this game poorly. Just overvaluing the Chandra versus their Nissa. I mean, what am I going to do against Emrakul? I think I might actually have to... Yeah, I'll make a dude. And then, what now? Oh, no, I was thinking, can I maybe cast Dismember? But I need to have this have 3 power. I don't think that's possible in our deck. Yeah, might as well attack with everything. And then Chain Lightning... Just targeting them, otherwise they get to do this next turn with their Emrakul. Yep. They get to do some disgusting tough stuff next turn. They kill our Goblin, and they go down to 11. Yeah, the turn where I blocked with the Arcanist versus their Forest attacking our Chandra is, I think, the turn I messed up. I should have just let the Chandra go, and then not worry about the Chandra and kill their Nissa instead. They're coming in at what? Chandra? Honestly, I think it's fine if Chandra goes to 1. At least they can't use her -3 ability to kill something of mine. Yep, Emrakul. And now they get to take the reins. Him the Turok. Well, that's not a very good card for them to draw. They can minus the ready to make a copy of Chromox Ultimatum. I mean, the ready is our answer to Emrakul. And they can suicide a bunch of our guys. Oh, they give us Black Lotus. Well, yeah, I guess they get to sack them and make us not use the mana. Sure. That's cute. Yep. There goes him. Imagine they're not going to plus the Chandra. Oh, they do. Ha! It's a land. That's 2 free damage. I like it. We do get our own turn after this. This Emrakul is not as busted as Mindslaver. So now they attack with the Goblin because it has to attack. Probably with the Rebel Master. Maybe with the Arcanist. No. They're just going to block and kill our Rebel Master. Alright. I mean, this is definitely not good for us, but it could have been way, way worse. And they are on 9, so there are ways that we can win this game. We will be able to kill the Emrakul, and then we just have to attack around the Indestructible Swamp. Ooh, Demonic Tutor. I'm glad they didn't draw that one. Well, what can we get? I think, actually, I can just get Lightning Bolt, then use the Ready to kill the Emrakul, attack with 3 of my creatures, plus Chandra. I think we're actually going to kill them, right? I think so. Let's start by plussing Chandra. Dark Confidant. No, don't want to cast that. They go down to 7. We kill Emrakul with the Construct. The Ready is down. Then I go and Demonic Tutor. Go get Lightning Bolt. What if I get Hellrider? Does that make a difference? Yeah, I guess Lightning Bolt is better. Bolt their face and get in with everything. We're gonna beat a Nissa Emblem Ultimate, and we're gonna beat an Emrakul messing with our turn. Wow. Yep, do want to cast that. Unless their last card is a removal spell, they are just dead. And it was all because they plussed our Chandra. Otherwise, we would not have been able to do this. If they hadn't plussed our Chandra last turn, we wouldn't have won this match. Oh man, that was nice. Let's see how if we can get another sweet one like this in match 2. Back for round 2, still a little bit buzzing from that win last round. And that was a very sweet one. Didn't expect to live through an Emrakul mind-slavering me, but here we are. This hand is quite nice. We have a Bolt, we have a Dark Confidant, and we have a Tutor, so we have some stuff going on. We are on the draw. We start on Mountain. Ooh, Soulscar Mage. Dark Confidant might not be at its best here. Probably will end up running it out. Do I want to wait with the Bolt? No. God forbid they have 2 spells and they can pump it out of range. We do have a lot of removal for a matchup like this. Umezawa's Jit. Okay. Don't have a lot of removal for that, but we can get it with the Demonic Tutor if we need to. Play Confidant and see what happens. Greatness at any cost. Bomat Courier. Oh man. Oh, that is a very bad one. I guess we have to block now. I was thinking there's not many creatures that can really punish us here, but Bomat Courier and Goblin Guide and Swift Spear are ones that do. Now we just have to block, otherwise they're just going to kill it with the Jit. I mean, I really had high hopes for this Confidant, but I guess not. Well, let's go Demonic Tutor and just go find an answer to this Jit. Otherwise it's going to eat us alive. Embereth Shieldbreaker and kill the Jits. They get to gain 4 life, but there are worse things. Yep. And then at some point we will be able to get back our Confidant with the Agadeem's Awakening. Krark. Okay. Goblin Guide. Sure. Guide is getting in. And it shows us a land. Nice. Then, what can we do here? I think we just go kill Krark. And then we get to Goblin them back with a Rebel Master. I mistakenly played my Mountain where I should have played my Swamp. We have Firebolt also next turn to kill their next play. They don't attack. Well, let's play this. And then I think we just Firebolt their Goblin Guide and get in for a bunch. Smack ya. That's for 6. Let's see it. Avalanche Riders. Yeah, sure. Avalanche Riders is gonna brick wall our Goblin Rabble Master. Don't want to attack into that. We draw another Swamp. Then we go Dreadhorde Arcanist and play the Shieldbreaker. And then send with the Goblins. Next turn the Dreadhorde gets in, flashes back, Lightning Bolt, and our Rabble Master can attack through. They're also somewhat incentivized to pay for the Echo, but that's not going to work out that well either, because then we have a removal spell for it. So I think our opponent is in trouble. See if they pay for it. They do not. All right, let's see it then. Do they have 2 removal spells to kill Rabble Master and Dreadhorde Arcanist? And if we draw a swamp, this Agadeem's Awakening is going to be, it's going to be great. No, they scoop it up. All right, that was nice. Now we get to bring in some good cards against them also. I think we want Heartless Sack. We want Burst Lightning. I think I don't want to be on the beatdown plan as much, so I can cut these 2 creatures. Night's Whisper doesn't seem all that great. Shield Breaker seems fine. I like most other stuff. I think Toxic Deluge is good enough to just get back into some games. There's Pyroclasm. They did show us a bunch of 2 toughness creatures. What else would I cut if I put in Pyroclasm? Maybe Duress. Yeah, I mean, Duress can take some Planeswalkers or burn spells, but can also miss. Having 2 sweepers in our small creature deck is a little bit awkward maybe, but I think it's good enough. Yeah, this hand's great. We have a removal spell, we have Inquisition, and we have Rabble Master to push damage. They did mulligan and then started on Mutavault. Interesting. We're drawing on the land, don't want that. Let's Inquisition and see what's going on. Porcelain Legionnaire, a Runaway Steamkin, and Cough. Cough would be a problem. I think I just take the Steamkin and then leave them with this Legionnaire that we can burst. Cough is a card that makes me want to have Duress, but yeah, they play Mountain and then the Legionnaire. So this at least deals them 2 damage. Pyroclasm. Actually, I will probably just Pyroclasm this away. More efficient use of mana. And then if they ever get greedy enough where they attack with Mutavault, well, I guess if they draw, no, Rampaging Ferocidon. Don't want to play the Goblin Rabble Master into that, so let's play Godless Shrine. And then if they draw land, they probably play Cough. Yeah, that is going to be tough. What am I going to do against Cough? Not much, really. I really needed them to miss on land there. So now we take 7. Jeez, it's a lot of damage. We draw Chain Lightning. We can get rid of Cough this way, but it's going to be painful. So, well, I can Chain Lightning a Cough and then play Rabble Master to finish it off. It's going to deal us another 2 points of damage, but at least we keep our burn spell this way. Yeah, send this at Cough, finish it off. All right, now we are taking some damage. If they animate Mutavault, I will block. No, they don't. No, don't block. You have 1 card. I was really hoping to get an untapped land, because now I have to pay life with this and then kill their Ferocidon, otherwise it's going to deal us more damage even. And then I have to keep the Rabble Master back to block their Mutavault. Yeah, they can eat one of our goblins. Yeah, we've taken a lot of damage this game. Yeah, they do offer up to trade. And as much as I don't want to, I will have to take it here. I don't want to get into the range of a single burn spell. They now are drawing lands. Ooh, Agadeem's Awakening. Don't have the mana to make this good enough to get back Rabble Master. Let's play this Woe Strider and then send with the Goblin. Our clock is slow. Ooh, Shrine of Burning Rage. That, ooh, well, perfect draw. Kill that, get out of here, play this, and then just send with these again. So they're down to 12. Come on, Krark. Well, this we can fetch and get a Mountain, and then Agadeem's Awakening back the Goblin Rabble Master. And then we need to hope they don't draw a burn spell for Krark and then flip it into some win. Send with everything. No, not with a goat. That has no power. That doesn't make sense. Alright, decide to block a Goblin. Sure. Now we need to dodge a burn spell, and if they do draw a burn spell, we need to hope they lose a bunch of flips. Ooh, they do have something. Goblin Rabble Master of their own. Interesting. It's not a burn spell though. So I think we should be able to get out of this then. Now their Krark has to attack, so they won't have enough blockers back. Yeah, I think maybe they should have played that post-combat. So we can put our Goblin Rabble Master in front of this and put this in front of the Krark. I don't want to kill the Krark because I kind of want them to, if they play a burn spell, having to flip for it. I guess if it's 1 burn spell for 2 mana, there's nothing that gets them out of this. Can I? No, I still need the Rabble Master to kill them. So these are my blocks, and then I want to use the Woe Strider also. Sack this, see what's on top. Dark Confidant. Don't need the Dark Confidant here. Yep, okay. Now next turn I attack with the Woe Strider, Shield Breaker. Yeah, I already have enough. They need to have something, so I don't want to sack anything else. Hymn to Torok. Let's make sure they have nothing. They discard on the Mountain, so that's good enough. Then we just win, right? Yeah, they can block the Rabble Master, but still take lethal. Yep, block the Rabble and take more than 6. Nice. All right, into the finals. This deck has been performing quite well. Let's see if we can get a trophy. Into the finals with our aggressive black-red disruptive deck. Open on this hand, quite a good one, really. Maybe a little bit light on mana, but we have interaction. We have threats and maybe even some card advantage with this Pyro. We are playing first. The only question is, do I want to play Soulscar turn 1 or Inquisition? We'll keep. I think it's Soulscar. Yeah, I just want to put some pressure on them. The other way may use our mana better, but we'll see. Duress. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Yeah, Inquisition gone, so we can't see what's up there. Well, I guess we can. We draw Duress. Hopefully it's good. Mox Sapphire, Hero's Downfall, and an Elspeth. Well, take the Hero's Downfall. We can blow up the Mox. Yeah, their hand is super slow, so we just need to draw a land, and then this Seasoned Pyromancer can gas us up. Island. What is this? Thoughtseize. Now they can take our Shield Breaker. No, they take our Seasoned Pyro. They just never play the Mox, probably. I think I do bolt them here. If they play a creature, we have an answer for it anyway. We are constrained by mana, and I just hope to kill them before they can deploy an Elspeth. They're down to 11. They play a Plains. We hadn't seen that, so we know their hand still. Draw a Mountain. Now we can play this, but that lets them play their Sapphire freely, but it is more damage. Let's see, next turn they have 4 mana, and the turn after they have 5. Yeah, I think I should just play this then. Gives them a chance to play their Mox, but at least this is now going to be attacking for 2 damage. Kitesail Freebooter, taking our final removal spell. Play Scrubland, and then next turn this Elspeth is gonna come down. We draw Crow Mox, pretty poor draw. I guess we still play it, just for the prowess trigger. Yep. Our opponent's hand was not great, but we never really got to capitalize on it. And then Elspeth is going to be pretty good here. Yep, and Elspeth. I think that's going to be it though. Not sure how we're going to fight through this with our army of small dudes. We can maybe draw into some burn. Demonic Tutor. Well, let's go Tutor. Soulscar Mage gets a prowess trigger. Now what do I want to get? Skullclamp maybe? And then try and find lethal burn that way. And we can also get Hellrider, but that's just going to get blocked. And I think I need to find multiple burn spells for this to be good. Let's play a Skullclamp and then just attack with the Soulscar Mage. They will throw a token onto the bus, no doubt. He's gonna attack them. Yep, token dies. Maybe Toxic Deluge could have also done something, but I doubt it. We've already used a Lightning Bolt. Oh, they kill a Murderous Rider, our guy. So that's also more life gain coming. And now the Skullclamp is less good because our guy doesn't die immediately. We draw Hellrider. Yeah, I think this game's just over. Unfortunate. And what do I want against them? Freebooter for sure. What else? And we didn't really see all that much. We saw that they had some interaction, and we saw that they had an Elspeth. Maybe they just No Priest is fine. I think if we get to that stage of the game, their cards are just more powerful. I do want to burn. Maybe I want Burst Lightning. I'm really not sure. Yeah, I like most of our cards. Maybe I just take out Firebolt. Yeah, I think so. We didn't see all that many creatures or targets for it. Yeah, we would like to play first. This hand is turn 1 Skullclamp, turn 2 Freebooter, hope to draw a Mountain, and then play a Rebel Master, so let's keep it. Could go wrong. Worst case scenario, we can play Demonic Tutor to go find a Mountain. Opponent is mulliganing to 5. Makes this Freebooter a lot better. Kind of makes me want to Demonic Tutor for him to Turok, but that's probably a bit greedy. Let's play Swamp, Skullclamp, and then pass. Swamp, nothing. We draw another Swamp. Let's go Kitesail Freebooter. Then we can equip the Skullclamp on this as well. Teferi, the Scarab God, a Thief of Sanity. Let's just take the Teferi then, because we can't take anything else. Yeah. And then these are the cards we know about. So now I'm probably just gonna do the line of Demonic Tutor for him to Turok. Ooh, Chrome Mox. Well, never mind then. We'll do that now, or do we do it next turn? Get rid of the Swift Spear for sure. And can just play Demonic Tutor for him, but if we just get this Goblin Rabble Master going, it's gonna be pretty good here also. Equip the Freebooter because I want the extra damage. And then, yeah, let's just send. Hope they don't draw blue. But even if they do, yeah, they scoop. All right, nice, nice. One more game. Any changes? We did see some more creatures. That makes me want to have Firebolt. Although we also have a lot of good ways to kill creatures already. Didn't see a busted artifact, so maybe Shieldbreaker can come out. But it's nice to blow up a Mox. Maybe just Soulscar Mage on the draw. It's not great. And then they also had that God, the Scarab God. Can play already perhaps as a removal machine against slower decks. It's quite a good one. Then I need to cut something else, maybe the Swift Spear. Yeah, I think those may in the end not be the best cards for this deck. Well, this hand has Duress, but no red mana to cast any of these cards and no threats, so I think this is fine. And probably just put back to Chandra. As good as that card is, we need to find red before we can even play it. And then we need to double red. So this is the game where Dreadhorde Arcanist needs to shine, I was going to say. But they Inquisition us. Curious if they just take this Agadeem's Awakening to try and mana screw us. I mean, if it works, it's going to be great. But if it doesn't, then if we just draw out of it, then it's kind of a wasted take with the Inquisition. It is tempting though. No, they take the Arcanist. That's the most scary card we have. Draw Shieldbreaker. I think I just play the Swamp. I could play this, but I will just pay the life next turn. I don't think we're losing the race necessarily. We'll just lose the more powerful cards. Now I have to play it. Yes, pay 3 and Freebooter. Let's see what we're up against. Kaya Felidar Retreat. Ooh, Felidar is a very nice card. I think we have to almost take that. Kaya they can play next turn. And then if we draw a burn spell or our mountain, I can just kill it. So I take the Felidar Retreat, I think. Yeah, they can gain some life, but that's whatever. Yeah, they play Plains and Kaya. So I really need a mountain, but that hasn't really changed. No, we draw Woe Strider. Well, this game is getting hard now. They also have this Shambling Vents that can start getting in. And if they ever draw a removal spell for our Freebooter, no, they fire up the Shambling Vents. I was going to say, then they get back this Felidar Retreat, and this is a card that's very difficult to beat for us. Yep, they plus Kaya. We draw Dark Confidant. It's a good draw. Just go after Kaya. We do want to keep that somewhat in check. And then hopefully this Confidant can find us some lands. It would be unfortunate to go out this way. I mean, you could say that this keep is greedy, but our mana is good, our curve is low, so there's a lot of ways we could have drawn out of this. They just plus Kaya, and then I guess they keep the Shambling Vent back to block. Yep, flip, come on. Well, we revealed the Rabble Master, but we did draw a red source. What do I do with it? Do I just kill this Kaya? Yes, I would like to pay the 2 life. Then we can attack with the Confidant and shoot down their land with the lightning bolts. Or I can just attack Kaya, not care about any of this, and play a Woe Strider. I think using my mana more efficiently is probably better. I mean, getting Kaya off the board is nice and all, but she's not really doing all that much. So let's play this Woe Strider. We'll need to dodge some draw steps from their side. Mesmeric Fiend. That's fine. We can get our card back and our hand is very redundant. The only thing we're really missing is more red sources. And they're really missing blue source. Baleful Strix would be good here. Curious what they take. I guess Baleful Strix also just gives us a target for this Shieldbreaker. They take the Rabble. Mox Jet. And they have a Baleful Strix in hand. And what else? Kaya plus. Sure. And then I think I do scry. Sack the Goat. Wooded Foothills. Put that on top. I do want me an extra red source. They played the Mox so they can... Ooh, otherwise we would have taken 4 for a Hellrider. No thank you. Yeah, they played the Mox so that they can fire up the Shambling Vents if we do attack. Let's go fetch. Go down to 9. Now let's Firebolt this Mesmeric Fiend. Yeah, that's down. And then I send the Freebooter at them, or at Kaya. The Woe Strider at Kaya. And the Dark Confidant at them. They go to block, we can just bolt. I mean, we still have some work to do, but we do have a lot of gas left in the tank, especially with this Confidant. They do not block. Well, I'm not going to change anything. I'm just keeping up bolt in case they decide to try and attack me with the Shambling Vents, just to gain some life and do it that way. No, not Elspeth. Emeria's Call. That may even be worse. What can I do against this? I can kill one of the angels with Bolt, Chain Lightning. Yeah, I guess that's what we're doing then. Really wish I would have killed their Mox then. but I wasn't expecting this. They're on 20 still. It's going to be hard to raise this. We need to draw one of our black removal spells. I was wanting to draw black removal spells, not a 3-drop and no land. Now what? We can't give up this freebooter. I guess maybe we can. Now I'm also worried about the shambling vents. Yeah, this house of cards just crumbled. What do I do? I could play Hellrider and attack, but then kind of die in the air. And it would be more appealing had we have drawn a red source. I could also just attack with the Woe Strider, see if they block. If they do, I can kill something. I think I just attack with everything but the freebooter. I need to push damage. The freebooter I need. Then I can play Season Pyro. And then I discard Hymn to Torok and this Shield Breaker. We draw a land, but it's a shock, so that doesn't do anything. But we do have a lot of damage next turn coming with this Hellrider. But I'm missing red sources, really. We have to block. No, yeah, I guess then we're dead. That's unfortunate. If we'd just drawn red sources earlier this game, I think we would have had a decent shot. We would have been able to kill this Kaya way earlier than we could. And yeah, now we were so low and yeah, we just died. Unfortunate. Revealing Hellrider to a confidant, not great either, but this was a sweet deck. I'll definitely try again for a deck like this, and I hope to see you for the next time that I do try. So I'll see you then.